How would you like to make $100,000 a year? Sounds great, doesn't it? My name is Arlene Luciano, and I'm here to tell you that $100,000 sounded great to me. That's why I'm in the PA program today. Some of you probably imagine of becoming doctors one day, but then you started to think of the 8 years that you would have to go through and quickly decided that the doctor route is not the one for you. But I'm here to tell you that there's a solution. Physician's assistant is the best career in 2018. Not only is the money great, but you get to graduate from college with a master's degree. Today I want to focus on some 5 main points. How PAs are similar to doctors, why they have become so high in demand, their employment rate and their pay, a downside of the profession, and the impact that PAs have in today's society. So let's begin by me telling you how PAs are similar to doctors. PAs are similar to doctors in that they can examine patients, prescribe medication, and order diagnostic tests. They work in hospitals, private doctor's offices, outpatient facilities, clinics, and nursing homes. Dr. Barbara Bates stated in 1972 issue of the New York England Journal of Medicine that PAs enable doctors to utilize their skills more economically by helping them with the less complex cases. PAs work side by side with doctors to help them with their work overload so that they can concentrate and spend more time with other severe cases. Becoming a PA has its advantages. For one, you can be trained in half the time that it would take you to become a doctor. 2 years of graduate school, which is divided into 2 parts. The first year, which is called the didactic phase, is heavy classwork. Then the last year is called the clinical phase, and that's just heavy training. Physician's assistants also have the option of switching to any different specialty. For example, you could be working as an internist and then go straight to gynecology without any further training. Just imagine you're working as a pediatrics for 5 years and decide that you want to change. So you want to dabble now into surgery. It's your choice. You can easily move from specialty to specialty without any further training. Another advantage that PAs have is that they're not on call. They wouldn't have to get up in the middle of the night and run out to go see a patient. They have flexibility when it comes to their work schedule, working 40 hours a week, which is a great asset if you're trying to raise a family. Now that I have told you of some of the advantages of becoming a PA, let me tell you how they've expanded and grown. Introduced in the 1960s in the United States, the PA profession has grown and expanded all over the world. The PA profession exists today and keeps on growing mainly because there aren't enough doctors, especially in the low-income countries where there might not have the means, either financially or institutionally. In 2014, the U.S. News or World Report stated in their August issue, shortages of primary care doctors are occurring globally. One means of meeting this demand has been by the use of PAs. Some countries that have recently adopted the PA profession are Egypt, Guyana, Israel, India, Puerto Rico, Africa, and many more. PAs are in high demand due to the recent increase of the aging population, chronic diseases, and illnesses. According to the Global Health and Aging Report presented by the World Health Organization, the number of people aged 65 or older is projected to grow from an estimate 520 million in 2010 to a nearly 1.5 billion in 2050. The bottom line is, PAs are needed more than ever. We must continue to fill the gap and provide better quality of care for our grandmothers and grandfathers before it's too late. PAs are always needed. Let's examine next their employment rate and their pay. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics projected unemployment rates for PAs to increase 37% from 2016 to 2026, much faster than the average of all occupations. Let's take a look. BLS also reported that the average pay for a PA in New York City is about $106,000 a year, though they did estimate that by 2026, the average pay would be $150,000 a year. Right now, the top 5 best paying cities for PAs are in Yuba City, California, they make $150,000 a year. Las Vegas came out making $146,000 a year. Olympia, Washington, making about $145,000 a year. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, making $142,000 a year. And Santa Monica, California, they make $138,000 a year. Some might say that this profession sounds great, but they just don't feel comfortable working under a doctor's orders. PAs must work under physician supervision, but they work independently. How this works is you can have a doctor in another facility just close by. They don't have to be in the same office as the PA. PAs can work independently. They can order medication. They can change medication without consulting a doctor. They only consult a doctor when they have an emergency, like a life-threatening emergency where they need to consult a doctor just to tell them what's happening with the patient. Lastly, let's imagine the impact that PAs can have in today's healthcare system. The more PAs we have, the less time we wait. The less time your mom has to wait in the emergency room, the more availability there would be to see a doctor for an appointment, fast and prompt service when we do go see the doctor. So I encourage you to join me in the PA movement. Speak with Lorraine Cashin, located on the first floor. She's the director of the pre-PA program. Or go speak to the guidance counselor. Tell them that you're interested in becoming a PA and see the steps that you can do to try to arrange for you to get into the program. In conclusion, I have discussed today the advantages PAs have, how PAs have expanded and grown, their employment rate and their pay, and the impact that they have in today's society. Thank you for listening. My name is Arlene Luciano.